carted off?
Yeah, I didn't get a report yet on him. I haven't met with the medical staff yet. I will when I leave here.
And when you took this job, did you think it was going to be this difficult?
I didn't look and measure how difficult I thought it was going to be. Nothing worth having is easy in life. You've got to work for everything, and then sometimes things don't go your way. The breaks don't fall that way, but I would rather look at opportunities that are upcoming on how we're building it, what we're going to do, and I think the future is really, really bright. We had our biggest recruiting day that we've had since I've been here as far as top prospects on campus. We've got 2 games left to go have an opportunity to fight for wins, and I believe in the foundation we're building, and it will be before long that we're going to play really meaningful games in the month of November.
Riley in the back.
Coach, you mentioned Ohio State kind of setting the standard in the conference. What does it do for the players and the team to go against that caliber of opponent in terms of the evolution and getting better and better?
I think every week in this conference you're going to play really good teams and great coaches. So there's things that we can use in teaching moments about our opponents and the experiences we've been through. You look at a team that now consistently is in the playoffs, and that how they're built, how they work, how they function, how they go compete and execute. Those are all things that we're working hard to get to.
Back to Nathan.
Barry, you mentioned retention of talent and attracting talent both. How does being competitive, even in losses to teams like this, play into that, as far as maybe even the culture that it helps create as you're trying to appeal to the guys to stick around and appeal to others outside?
Everything's so important, and recruits or prospects, they see absolutely everything. And then the communication, the vision that we can show them on how important they are to play to help us go win a championship, what their role looks like. The more that we get guys on campus, it's a lot easier to get them to say yes, because then the things you've talked about over and over and over, and then the player and the recruit and the family are here, they can see those things and they want to be a part of it. I think there's some things when you just get past the win-loss record. I think there's a number of people that will want to be here because they're going to get coached really well. They get a chance to get a degree from one of the greatest universities in the world. And then the opportunities that they have here, there's not anything that they will be lacking of. So I think we're going to put together a really good class of a high school group, and then we'll attract some players that will help us immediately, either through junior college or transfer portal.
When you built this roster, obviously you're in win now mode and you have to get experienced guys, but what was the balance you tried to strike where you talk about retention? You did bring in a lot of younger guys through the portal as well.
Yeah, I still believe in development of players. I really do. And then we got a number of guys that are, the one and done guys. And I just want them invested. I want them invested in Purdue. I want the logo to mean something to them. And the more that we can keep in the program and have another off season and another training and those things, they may not be ready in their first year, but certainly if we've recruited the right way, we've developed the right way, and we coached them the right way, mentor, love, direct, and all those things, then year 2 and year 3, then we'll get guys ready to go play winning football.
Are you seeing the progress in the younger guys now 10 games in that you want? Tremar Harris, for example, played for the first time today. Antonio Harris has played a lot more as of late. Some of these guys are stepping
There's a number of guys coming on. We have a developmental group lifting guy that they lift 4 days a week. We get a report every day on how they're developing from speed and strength and explosion numbers, and that's trending in the right direction. And then through injuries and some of the things, and then development, you get a guy like Benaz Cobb now that's playing a lot of football, and he played well. Antonio Harris would be another. Tremar you just mentioned. There's a number. We're still a young team when you look at it. So it's our job to get those guys in a position to try to play winning football, and I think we're moving in the right direction there.
Any more questions for Coach? Nathan?
Any ways that CJ not only exemplifies a little bit what you're talking about, both in terms of the kind of player you want to attract and then what a time at Purdue can do for that player?
Yeah, you look. I think he's. There's so much value in college football today, and guys that are just hungry. Guys that number one, they're grateful for the opportunity. And then they make the most of it because he's on a stage now that has prepared him and helped him for the next step of what his life will look like. And he's making the most of it. I mean, you watch how he studies in preparation, how he practices, his motor continues to run. And I do believe that guys that like to play the game, that you really, really like football, okay? Not just the 3.5 hours to play on Saturday, but the process of preparing, the process of practicing, the habits, the recovery, all those things. There's still enough guys out there that you can win and win big with guys like that. He would be one of them.
Any more questions? All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks,
I'll see you
Coach.
shortly.